What's up, everybody? So, angels and ancestors. Oops. Angels and ancestors. I'm really loving my pink Himalayan salt bowl. Look at that. Hey, T. I'm loving this. That's why I have the light out. It's so pretty. Hi, Stacy. I'm going to start with the Angels and Ancestors deck tonight. But I'm just giving everyone a chance. Isn't it so beautiful? It's pink Himalayan salt. And I put a candle in the middle of it. It was supposed to be, it had a place, put it this way, for a light bulb and what have you. But I want to burn candles in it. So that's what I'm doing. The wax will dry and it'll, I don't know. It's what I want to do, so that's what I want to do. To me, it just gives it more of an ambience and firing the salt to the earth. So I'm really admiring it. It's pretty. So, anyways, I went for a walk. It was a short 9-minute video, but I went and got some water from the spring. So I decided to share my afternoon walk. It was neat. My kitten is right here. So I'm going to change this so I can see all messages are visible. Because if not, it hides, I don't know, some of the chat. So I want to be able to communicate whenever I can. So anyways, when will this retrograde be over? It just started, didn't it? If you give me a minute, my phone is actually on charger in the hallway because I have all my plugins being used right now. I need to get a power strip cord is what I need to do. So make a mental note to myself. Go look up Ariel at Dragon Tail Tarot. She probably has some things that are posted. Okay. Dragon Tail, Tale. It has you feeling funky. Okay, so listen, I want you to know one thing about, let me go hold on. Be right back. You did. Yes, you did. Let's see here. What was it in? Give me a second and we'll go over it. I know y'all are live and my apologies, but asking about Mercury retrograde. Okay, so Mercury, the planet of communication and thought, forms an harmonious aspect with the wounded warrior, which is Chiron. Okay, Chiron is the ruler of. So, yes, it's a good day for shadow work. That's why you're feeling funky, okay? And introspection for sure. Slow down and think before acting if you're feeling triggered. Mercury is in a good position for thinking and things, actually. So, Mercury is the planet of communication, right? So, when Mercury goes retrograde, what it does is I often explain it like Mercury slows down, okay? And you tend to go back over all of the lessons that you have learned, okay, and kind of like revisit those places. So, if the past year has been a year that you had to do a lot of self reflection, and find out some of the deepest, darkest things that trigger you, okay, so Mercury communicates, okay, to make sure that you have learned that lesson, right? That's why they say during Mercury retrograde, your exes come back around. And that's true, okay? Because it's an energetic pull. So listen, the universe is kind of like, hey, have you learned this lesson? And then you communicate, I think I want to give that another go, okay? But at the same time, Mercury retrograde is also good because if you have put those lessons to the side, that's whenever Saturn, right, which is karma's husband, gets to come in and allow Uranus, right, to expand you and ascend you into that next level, right? Saturn has rings around it, right? So it's kind of like whenever you get on a karmic cycle, you jump onto one of Saturn's rings and you keep going around and around and around and around until you communicate, right? I'm done with that cycle to Mercury. And so Saturn is like, okay, this is the time for good karma because they've learned that lesson and they can jump on the next phase. Okay. And then you have Uranus over here, like, yeah, I'm going to show you and bless you, right? Does that make sense? I hope that I have put it the way I understand it. Okay. So I want to show y'all something. And I put my little, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I kind of did switch some of the things around because you guys weren't really able to see what I had in the room with me and set up. So I just kind of moved it all around a little bit, and I'm going to get a new tapestry, and I'm going to change this tapestry out. But anyways, I want to show you guys something. This right here, and I do not know I'm pretty sure you can buy this on Amazon. Disclaimer. Colin Bedell. It's so cute. I love it. It's called A Little Bit of Astrology, and it's thin, okay? A Little Bit of Astrology by Colin, Colin Bedell, Bedell. It's an introduction to the zodiac. Okay, this is a great little book if you actually want to start learning, what? A little bit of astrology. It explains actually like the way that everything comes together like a band playing. Okay. So, as above, so below, an introduction, Western astrology, meet the luminaries and the planets, zodiac elements, fire, earth, water, and air. I'll have to probably pin this in the description box whenever I go back and edit this in studio. Okay, I'll put the name of this book in there. Look, look at here. I have notes to myself falling out. So that is something that I need to look at. But first thing I saw was kyanite. Okay. And kyanite, I actually did some work with kyanite energetically today. So where did I put that piece of kyanite? Anyways, I had it on me. Might be. It's not in my pocket. I have that piece of kyanite somewhere. But anyways, yeah. Kyanite, Kynite, would be a really good stone to help balance you during especially Mercury retrogrades. Okay. This is a very awesome book, a little bit of astrology. So, going back to it, Mercury, like I said, is a planet of communication, right? And as far as I'm concerned, I think of Mercury more like, to me, there's planets that's ruled by the sun energies, kind of. This is the way I see it in my head. And others that are ruled by, like moon energy, or so to speak, are the ones that are like emotional and triggering, like lessons or what have you. Okay. So, ooh, I wonder if it's the same author. It's not. We should add that in. I have an idea, but anyways. So, a little bit of astrology. Maybe we could go through. I have a couple of ideas. I'm not going to share on the channel yet, but I'm going to get back to y'all on it. Look at there. You seen the orb flying around? Did y'all see that orb? That was right here. So anyways, we're going to talk. So again, Mercury is the planet of communication. So, go into it. And the reason you feel triggered is because you're taking a look back and you're getting ready to tell Saturn, right? And Uranus, what have you, what you're choosing to do, right? You're revisiting those triggering moments. And then you communicate, like I said, to Saturn, and that's that ring, okay? And then you're able, through Uranus's energy, to expand and start something fresh and start something new because you've jumped off of that cycle, right? Okay. Now, there are different times, and it takes there's just different times. Okay. Like, planets aren't as close to the sun or to Earth as it is in other points in time. There is a lot that goes into it. And listen, Mama D is still learning too. So maybe that's why I'm able to portray it and talk to you guys about it in a way that you can understand, because we're learning together. I do not proclaim to be like a profound astrologer. I'm studying, to learn more, right? So I will share with you, some things like that. Also, Mercury doesn't have to be like hard lessons either. Sometimes it brings the lesson back around for you to celebrate, right? That's when you can also get blessings for your good works. Like, just random great things happen also during Mercury retrograde, because it's like the time for good karma to come back around. So change your focus and change your thought, and write down. It is also a full moon. So write down perfect time. Listen, idea. Tomorrow night, here where I live, is a full moon, right? So it's a perfect night for you to write down on paper things that you want to release. Okay. And with the full moon energy, write down the things that you want to move forward onto. It's a great manifestations night. Tomorrow night, here where I live. So look up where the full moon is where you are. But anyways, use it to your advantage. That is what I am being told. Look, I have my ancestors deck sitting right here. So maybe it is just a way, to come online, and let's make the best of it then. Okay? Okay. And know you're triggered for a reason, and just breathe through it, right? Exercise breathing. And I know that it's easier said than done. It is. I know. I feel you. Okay. Well, you're hot in the moment, want to rip somebody's head off or something. That's hard. Just like, just breathe. I'm like, for real. It's hard. Or get frustrated, but also remember with Mercury, it slows down communication. So I want you to realize, and I want you to double check your emails and make sure all of that went through, right? I want you to double check all of, your travel time, okay, before and during. Okay, so I want you to allot for like an extra travel time of like 5 to 10 minutes because traffic can slow down. Okay, just listen, be patient. If I can tell you anything else, it's to be patient AF during Mercury retrograde. Okay, I know that seems hard, but that's the truth. Okay, so your phones and your electronic devices could, act a little ear. Okay, for real, ear. But yeah, what else? Transactions could take longer, so don't get mad at the woman if people even go to the bank anymore. A lot of stuff's done online, but if you have to go somewhere, be a little bit patient with the persons at the checkout counter or what have you, because they're dealing with freaking equipment, electronics too. It's not their fault that okay. So just keep all of that, in the back of your mind. And I promise you it'll help lead and guide and, make things go a little bit smoother and transition period easier for you. It's not easy switching gears, right? No, but it's okay. It's going to be all right, right? It's going to be all right. Okay, so what else did I want to say? January 11th, big day it was. Mars squares Neptune. On January the 14th, 2 days ago, Mercury retrograde begins, okay? It rules communication, short distance travel, which is why I mentioned travel time to and from where you have to go. A little bit more time, okay? And the internet will begin like a backspin. Not to worry. We have been in its shadow for about the past 2 weeks or so. Many fear Mercury retrograde, but this is due, honestly, to media. Okay, people blowing it out of proportion, right? If you put negative energy and, fear something, then, you're setting yourself up. No. Not going to do that. Okay. Expect travel delays. Okay. Wi-Fi issues, exes or old acquaintances popping back up. Facebook and Instagram may go down. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Now, on January the 17th, tomorrow night, is a Cancer full moon. Okay. Cancer is kind of like the mama of the zodiac. It's ruled by the moon. That's why we're getting moon energy. So expect to be in your feelings. Cancer is a very feeling planet, okay? It represents mother domestication and the home. Full moons represents the closing, right? That's why I said I want you to write down right now everything that you want to release and work with this full moon energy in Cancer to release the past. Okay. I should like hold school and be like, you got a pen, you got a paper. I'm ready for y'all to write this down. Okay. So make a notation. I want you to write down what it is that you want to release. This is the best moon for it. Okay. Seriously. And now I also want you get a magical surge of moon power, okay? They're always the most powerful your intentions are during a full moon. Ancestral work, which is, I have the Ancestors deck out, okay? And shadow work, okay? So listen, I want you to work on your home, okay? Your car, okay? Cleansing, blessings, okay? I want you to work on clearing those energies, okay? Like burn some extra sage, get you some candles if you have access to those types of things, and just really set your intention and your focus. And if you can, after kids go to bed or whatever, take you 5 or 10 minutes and just meditate and write, and release all of the energies and things that you want to move away from. Do that. And then write down and fold that paper 3 times towards your body. Okay. And know that that is what you're bringing into you. That's the symbolism. You're burning or writing it down to release it. Okay. And now you're writing down what you 1, 2, 3 want to bring to you. That's what you're going to set your intentions for. Okay, tribe? Listen, we're going to use it to our advantage. Okay. And then on January the 19th, it's when the sun starts moving towards Aquarius. Depending on, it's fixing to be Aquarius season. We're just going to put it at that. All right. So on January the 24th, Mars, right, moves into Capricorn. Mars is the planet of aggression and action, and it's going to be slowed down by the influence of Saturn. Capricorn rules social, standing, career, and the father. It's time to plan and make moves towards what it is you're trying to build. Okay. So January 24th-ish. Okay. Start setting your intentions right now with the full moon of what it is you want to build and create. Okay. And on January 24th, that's when Mars, the planet of aggression and go getter comes in. Okay. And helps you move forward. And then on January the 29th, Venus is going to go direct. Okay, that's our planet of love, relationships, and finances is fixing to take off. So you see how the universe is kind of setting the tone, okay, this is our shadow period, right? Mercury's coming in, like, you learned your lesson yet? You're going to go back and repeat that shit? Or are you just going to, you're going to set your intentions with the full moon and create something new? Because listen, Saturn's fixing to come in, okay, with Mars and make this a good time to get some, Capricorn energy, some foundation, some stronghold, right? And build whatever it is you're trying to work on. You see how the planets are going to align and help you with these things? Believe, don't believe, I don't give a shit what you do with the information, right? But I'm just telling you guys that it's a good time to manifest new things. As my kitten is, oh, he's a hot mess. Me new. Hey, you feel Mama's excited energy? Listen to me. You're not listening. Hey, no bite Mama. No, 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 sir. No. Little shithead. He's going ham, ain't he? Okay, so do y'all have a good foundation? Kind of, sort of, a little bit? Betata? So you can understand the energies that you're working with, right? Because it makes it so much easier. And I'm not, like I said, I just put it in ways that I can understand it. I know he wants to play so bad. I love him, though. Hey, Minu. Come on. You coming? Come up here. He's right by me. Come on. Good boy. But he gets to playing really wild. See? He's got a bad boy habit of biting. So we look like each other. Ooh, watch out, buddy. I didn't want you to fall. You sit up here? Okay, sit on the back of the chair with Mom. He likes my hair. Like he loves playing a seat in my hair. Oof, Bubby. Me new? Be careful, little boy. He's getting, I love his tail. Look at his tail, how cute. He's got perfect little rings on it, doesn't he? Okay, so I'm about 25 minutes in, but that's okay. I just want, it is what it is. Okay. So I have the Ancestors deck out, so I'm going to pull a card from the Ancestors deck. That's my boy. I'm very patient with him, though. Hi, buddy. It's the cards. He hears the cards. He's on my lap. See? Thank you, Ancestors. I did pray before. I always pray, mostly before I go live. You know? Yesterday I didn't. I did pray and send my blessings up, but yeah. Alrighty, Ancestors. Trust and thrive. Be brave. Talking about taking a step forward. Being brave. I get the, what is it? The Three of Pentacles kind of energy from this. Actually, you know, working towards the Four. Be brave. Okay. Meditation. You have the Sword of Truth next to your. You've used that sword to cut through what you needed to. Now it's action time, right? Move forward and be brave with your truth that is inside of you, I'm getting. The mighty stag spirit coming in. Y'all know for me, anytime I see the stag spirit, it reminds me of the divine. Trust and thrive. Right? Trust and thrive. Be brave. It's okay to harness, you know, your mystical powers that you have. And you, like, everything was created with reason and with purpose, you know. And, you know, sometimes I'm a spiritual person. You know, I don't really claim a specific religion because, you know, I take teachings from so many different things, okay? And I've learned what works for me. But, you know, use the planets for your advantage, right? That's old teachings, you know, that's knowledge. It's actually, some of it scientifically proven also that things. So listen, just because you may not believe like everybody else believes doesn't mean that, you know, you aren't maybe influenced by it and not even knowing, right? So try something different. Trust and thrive. Be brave. You know, use the knowledge that those have come before you. And you look, here's a high priestess right here in this card and a cat. Well, here's me and me new. Okay, I'm sharing my old knowledge. These are learned things. You can look in the Farmer's Almanac and find out when blackberry season is. They must have known something. Okay. Because I want you to know that, oof, my kitty, he likes sitting on the computer because, what? Because it's warm. You can. You have a guardian angel that's looking out for you. I said I saw an orb whenever we were starting earlier on in. Some of you may not have been in the room yet, but you are not alone. There's guardian angels. There's those have come before you. There's those that you have lost, in this lifetime already. You're not alone. Like those are guardian angels. They're guides, your ancestors that have come before you. You have intuition. You're able to speak with them. Okay. Or you have someone like myself and Jessica to help show you the way. With honesty, okay? Not with darkness, but, leading and guiding you in light, okay? Like we're not teaching, and I'm not going to teach a way, of darkness, and no, why? Because that's going to do nothing but bring karma into me and you, and it's not good. I'm trying to leave behind all of, the darker ways. I'm not going to be out here wishing any ill will towards anyone, because whatever you hope for someone else, that also opens up the doors for it to be returned to you. So be careful. Forgive your enemies. That don't mean that you have to be involved in their life, but you know what? Forgive them so you don't stay stuck with the hurt, the drama, the chaos. Write that down and release it. Okay. If you have, or someone has inflicted ill will upon you, the best thing you can do is turn it over to the divine and say, you know what? Justice is not for me to serve because I haven't done anything wrong. Angels, ancestors, and guides, look out for me, right? Justice is for the divine to decide. And Mercury comes in and Saturn is like, okay, you've learned that lesson. Well, pow, or no, you have not learned. You see, keep on doing the same shit, wondering why your life's fucked up. I had to learn that the hard way. I had to change a lot about myself. But I'm thankful that I had, angels, ancestors, to lead and guide me and, protect me, and gave me a soul family, that I can connect with. Use all of the energies that you have to create a better life, a Zen life. Nothing wrong with not having, everybody, you do get, trials and tribulations, and we all go through hard times, but it's easier. It gets easier and better. It does become a lot more balanced and stable. For me, it did. Is that music really loud? Because in the background, my son is playing video games. And if it's loud, I don't want to get monetized. So if I need to have him cut it down, then I will, or turn it down. Is it okay? I think I don't know if y'all can make it out, but it's off. I'm fine. Okay. Okay. Hey, don't turn the TV up any much higher volume than what you have now, because my mic picks up. No, I mean, it's okay. I just don't want to get, what's that word? Monetized. Okay. Thank you. Yes, team. And it's okay to feel that way, but we can move through it. I want to share some ways to help release it. Turn it over, yes. And setting your intentions, does help. Like, I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel inspired and new life, and like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Absolutely. It's full moon tomorrow. Good night for it. I know I've been really specific. So those who are, just joining in chat, it's been a very long building lesson as to where we are right now. But you are not alone. You're not. There's angels, there's guardians protecting you. Look, sacred geometry. This is your plan. This is your blueprint for life. Your journey is protected. You are safe. You are okay. You are protected. You're safe. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Shadow work. You're going to face some triggers within these next few weeks. Okay? But release them. Release the triggers. Whatever is bothering you, release. So, what is next? What is next? I am really, well, since y'all are feeling a little bit of triggers, I'm not going to focus on it too much, but I am going to bring out my darker deck, the Deviant Moon. Okay? Because there is some shadow work, obviously. So, like I said, and I'm not going, well, this is where we're going to start. Let's just put it at that. Absolutely. Put you on some good music. I listen to old school trance, electronic music, dubstep music when I'm trying to work through some really rough energies. Okay? I just saw another orb. See right here? I don't know if y'all are seeing the orb. Minu's chilling out. What is the message to work through? What is the message? Yeah. The Fool. Creating your new life. A new journey. A new path. It looks like he's running away from his past in this card. Like, nah, 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 nah. You know, like, you can't touch me, no more talking, to whatever energies. It's like going on a new path, going on a new journey. You know what I'm saying? Like playing chase with your kids. You can't get me. It's like that giggly new beginning energy. Mama D. That's the only way that I can explain what I'm feeling and seeing is to act it out. So, see how his hands are like right here? He's all dressed up, but he's out having fun. It's a new path, it's a new journey. So, yes, it can absolutely be scary. But it's leaving behind the manipulative energies, the backstabbing energies, the mental mind fucking of oneself, making that choice to move away from all of these things. Look, there's the Wheel of Fortune. I said I was seeing like Saturn's energy like coming back around. Have you learned that lesson? The Wheel of Fortune is time to step to the next ring and, allow Uranus, the planet that helps with expansion, move you on forward so you can start enjoying, right? You've made a huge choice to do what? Release yourself. This was in reverse. Manipulation, taking whatever it is you can and moving away from the energies, taking the lessons that you've learned within this cycle. It's the end of a cycle, right? the backstabbing. Look, this is self-inflicted pain. This is self-inflicted thoughts that's held you caged in, like you feel like you've been in a coffin, and now you're breaking free. Okay? This is a paradigm shift, right? It's time to start a new journey. This is behind you. This is where you're going. This Wheel of Fortune has came in between these and said, okay, you've done the shadow work. Don't let your thoughts overtake you. You're learning how to move through the energies, right? You've opened up the door. You're taking whatever lessons that you have learned and you're moving away and starting a new path. So whatever it is you're trying to release can be released, and you can start the next leg of your journey if you want to put on, And this card, it's solid, it's stable, it's teaching. To me, the Gorgal in this picture is protecting. There's a wrench you see going through. I'm on a live, but you can come in.
No, it's okay. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Yeah. Because you've been working hard and you've made a judgment call. You made that call to change, to do the work, to sound the alarm on the triggers and the fears and the shadows, and taking a really deep, dark look. See if you acknowledge things, right? Acknowledge I'm having a problem with this right now. Then there's a reason for that. Taking its power away. See, you acknowledge something and you take its power away. You write it down, you release it, right? And you move forward. It's a slow going process. Absolutely. But you're making that call, working through all of it like a well-oiled piece of machinery. Jessica, Cherry B, are y'all still in the chat? So anyways, I'm just doing a collective read right now. They're not paying for info. I'm just doing a reading for the collective. I do have a PayPal and an Amazon wish list if you would like to make a donation to the channel afterwards. mamadtarot@gmail.com if you're interested in a personal reading, by the way. Okay. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. So, yeah, I figured, listen, I put a couple of tapestries on my wish list. So, whenever I get the first one in from my wish list, that's the one I'm going to feature behind me. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I don't know, something fresh, something new. I figured I would pick a couple of things. And if y'all decide, we can switch the background up, make it more like y'all. So we're dealing with the shadow stuff, right? We know that it's time to step forward, right? You're working like a well-oiled piece of machinery. Okay, you're learning how to work through the energies, recognize that energies like something is off, right? Using the planet's influences to help you understand what you're going through. You're studying, you're putting time, effort, energy into yourself. So next, I'm going to go with the Book of Shadows, okay? This is the so below part of the Book of Shadows. There's an as above deck and there's a so below. And I want to use this card because this is how it comes out in our everyday life, in our 3D life, okay? The deviant is more of a shadow side, like the things that we're dealing with. And this is how it comes into play in our everyday life. Got it? So, again, this is the Book of Shadows. The so below. Oof. Well, it is the 10 of Cups. Right? The 10 of Cups did show itself. I'll put it back in the deck. That is your happy card. Okay. I rearranged all my desks yesterday. So my cards are easily accessible. And this deck kind of just was, when I was moving it, it's like, put me up front. You're going to use me pretty soon. That's exactly what I heard as I was moving this deck around. I have the Knight of Pentacles. There's 2 cards down. One face up, one face down. I shit you not. Look, the Fool card on the bottom of this deck. There's a new beginning for you in the universe, and there's a new beginning here in the 3D that's coming in. That's that expansion energy. Look, I shit you not. It's the Fool. We ended with the Fool and shadow work, right? Now we're starting a new beginning. Balancing of your light and your shadow. And it does come out and play in your 3D everyday life, right? Because you incorporate all of those, energies that you have encountered. That's why you go inside, right? And do shadow work. It's because it's your alarm system. You're not supposed to live in fear, right? Like you did before, but that's your warning system that helps you allow and get used to working with different energies, right? So you can cope better on a daily basis, so to speak. The Knight of Pentacles is in reverse, right? Which means it's moving forward. It's okay. You're coming out of that time. It's like the energies are shifting, right? You're no longer just taking one step. It's like, okay, well, let's practice, if say a horse, for instance, let's start out with it trotting, right? You don't want to go on a full run because you don't know if that horse can stop, right? You got to learn how to take steps. Go around in the corral for a while, right? Then you open up the fence and you let them run, about a good acre or so. It's the energy I'm getting off. You don't just bust out the bullpen full speed ahead, right? You may feel like you want to, but you're transitioning through these phases at a slower level because the Knight of Pentacles, remember, is the only knight that crosses the finish line. So you're building what? Strong, steady foundations, right? One step by step at a time. So if you got to take a step back, it's not going to knock you over. You're still going to be able to stand. And then you build the next part of your walkway and your foundation and your life and journey, right? And if you have to take a couple steps back, it's okay, right? Because you got half a mile built behind you and you know that it's okay. You get the gist of what I'm saying? Magician energy, right? Co-creating with the universe, co-creating with your guardian angels, right? Acknowledging things, studying, learning, using, the dreams that you have, had, maybe some past life dreams, some, illumination. You've had some downloads about what the blueprint of your life and what you're supposed to be doing. So if you don't think you're not divinely protected, guess what? You are. You have the power within you to create the life that it is that you honestly want to build for yourself. You can create that life that you want with time, work, energy, application. Diligence pays off, right? And when you're committed to something, then you're committed to it. But you finish what you start, okay? You finish what you start. Don't do something half-assed. If you're going to do it right. Hi, babies. What you doing? I'm being called to the secret or the sacred forest deck. Yes, do not self-sabotage yourself. Okay, there's messages, there's downloads. Don't self-sabotage oneself. Allow the energy to flow. Go with the flow. Yep. Magician energy. And this is also the Seven of Wands. Okay, which talks about putting up what strong boundaries, strong expectations of others, no longer allowing, someone to come in and take advantage of you, right? Steal your work. Take credit for whatever it is that you're doing, No. Sit pretty. You cannot get up there and lay on the computer. He wants to lay on the laptop, you guys. You can get right here, but you're not going to go over there, Minu. No, sir. I love you too. Good boy. My infant child, fur kid. My fur kitty needed some attention. Here, you want to play with... Look. There you go. There you go, buddy. Good boy. I know. I love you too. You cute boy. Oh, yes. I love you too. I wonder if y'all can hear him purring. Good boy. He just wanted some attention. No, you're not going to go after that. I just read T. Jessica, can you explain it to her? To T, her question? For me, it's like reoccurring dreams, it's thoughts, it's like ideas. And more than likely, I think you've already had like a premonition or a feeling that you were going to do something. So, like for me, I have had, I lost a lot of friends due to addiction. Okay. So I always knew that I wanted to get out there and hopefully help someone else so I didn't have to go through the pain and the suffering, or they didn't have to go and their families didn't have to go through the pain and suffering. I always knew that I had a calling to do that. I always knew, I didn't know that it was going to be tarot, but I knew from a young age that I was just different. Like I could communicate. I had like invisible playmates, and they weren't invisible. They just weren't visible, to other people's eyes. I could see into different dimensions, and when I was a young child, my intuition wasn't really blocked by fear, you know. But the older I got, I didn't make all the right choices and right decisions, but it taught me all of the lessons that I now learn, and I can incorporate the wisdom and share it with you guys. So it was not all in vain. My story, our story is in like individual, and we all have a lesson, So for me personally, whenever I dream of things, and it's a reoccurring dream, like for a very long time, I had a dream that I grew up in Egypt, that I was in Egypt. And I do know that one of my past lives, I grew up and I there were specific details of things, you know, that was specific. And I can't deny. You know, just like the feeling that you guys get whenever you're saying, I agree with that. Like that is confirmation for me. Or I was just thinking about that. It's kind of like that familiar. It's familiar to you also. You feel like you've been there before or you've done something similar to this in a past life. Okay? Okay. I hope I explained that okay, T. So that's kind of how I can explain it. Like you've been there before. And also, yeah. Yeah, the deja vu, so to speak. There you go, confirmation. Bam, right there. Did y'all just see that orb go by right here? That's not fur. Did y'all see that? I saw it in the camera. It was an orb that went right after my phone went off. And there's 9 people in the room and 11 in chat. Definitely, Candace. Okay, so the sacred forest. I'm led and guided to the sacred forest, everybody. The sacred forest. What would be a good name for this video title? Y'all drop some ideas in the chat because I've been channeling and I have a hard time naming videos. So give me some suggestions. Knowledge. I talked in a 1, which talks about beginnings, new beginnings, taking all of the knowledge that you have learned in all lifetimes and coming together and knowing that you're safe. It reminds me of the 6 of Swords energy. You just feel like you've picked up and you're getting moved into the direction that you're supposed to be and everything is easy, you know, and that pathway falls into place. Like we were talking about, tomorrow night is the full moon and it is one of the greatest nights, you know, to write and release, you know, and set your intentions that you're not going to deal with that energy anymore, and writing and creating the new energy that you want. So take the knowledge that you're being given and use it to your advantage on a new journey, a new start. Even if it's picking up a little bit of astrology from this book, right? Learning. Going to school, finding, you know, if you're interested in a certain thing, going to school, starting your new path. Is there anything else in the sacred forest? Okay, then we're going to read. Yeah, things you know which you didn't know. Mine is being a talker and being a speaker. Because you know, the gift of gab. Air knowledge. Air spirit, rather, and knowledge, which is the first card in this deck, by the way. As you stand in the center of the forest, a subtle breeze lovingly touches your cheek. Gentle gusts rustle the leaves above you as the spirit of air approaches upon her bout of light and wind. In the quietude, you sense the wind whispering message to you from spirit. That's interesting. I do like that because you were asking also about, dreams and what have you. Okay, you can sense it whispering to you. You receive this card when you need to think things through. This is not the time to be impulsive. Do not react instinctively to situations and people. Mercury retrograde being triggered, okay? Take into consideration all points of view right now. Use the energies that's around you. Do your research. Listen to others. Speak your own truth, okay? Take time to weigh the pros and also the cons of a situation. It is an excellent time to begin a new venture, a new project. It will succeed as long as you are thoughtful, organized, and focused. There is a remarkable wellspring of wisdom within you. Take a breath, slow down, deep, and delve into your inner knowledge. It will guide you in the right direction. Air represents wisdom, our mental activity, and our ability to reason. It's also associated with your thoughts, Mercury retrograde, okay? Intellect, communication, and comprehension. Comprehending. Are you comprehending things differently than someone was intending for it to come across? That happens also a lot during Mercury. So be careful. Misreading information like in texts or emails, or be careful. The spirit of air tells you to inhale, okay? Take a moment to think things through. Think as well as feel the right direction. Get clarity and become focused before stepping forth. Take care to have thoughtful communication with others. That comes right back around to Mercury retrograde and the beginning teachings of the reading, does it not? It all ties in together quite beautifully, actually. It is time to start building and doing and having a new beginning, right? But be mindful. Put a lot of thought, effort, planning. Don't, rush into things. Be patient. Go with the flow. Build, right? Build. I love that. You sitting on my car? You loving this? Family and flow. Going with the flow. Anything else? Out of Sacred Forest. I knew there was one more card. New beginnings. Look. The full new beginnings. Daffodil spirit. I know it's hard for y'all to see. It says new beginnings. Confirmation. Boy, the universe is like, listen, it's a time for new beginnings. Yes, the eagle spirit. It's time to free yourself. Look at the moonwork energy. Do it. Listen. Do it. Is that it, me new? That's it. That is all, my friends. Take a leap of faith, trusting everything that you're learning, okay? There's prosperity and growth. prosperity, and growth. And beauty. Do that spiritual energy work, okay? Do it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you for loving my kitten. He is a handful. And yes, but I do love him. And he's learning. He's a baby. He's only like maybe 3.5 months old, maybe. So he's still a little boy. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Tell others about me, Julia, if you don't mind. I do like to do spiritual readings. Love readings comes through sometimes, but my main focus is spirituality and how to live a better life and how to live the best life that you possibly can. Free your mind and the rest will follow. There you go, Cherry B. Don't be so blind. Don't be so shallow. You're saying that in vogue, free your mind? It's the song I'm hearing in my head. So, I hope y'all have enjoyed this. And again, a little bit of astrology. Very good book for beginners. And Jessica, said that there is, if you look these up online, there's like a meditation one, I think it was, and a beginning crystals one. There's a whole set. So, cool information, by the way. Yeah. Thank you all for joining. I will talk to you soon. And don't look at Mercury as, a repetitive cycle. Set your intentions to move forward and get your good karma back for all of the lessons that you have learned. Okay? Don't think of Mercury retrograde as, things getting all effed up. No. Think of it as a changing point and allowing the goodness to come back to you. Work with Saturn and Uranus, okay? Thumbs up. Thank you. Hey, buddy. Good boy.